Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Buckby Landrover Park for this quarter-final clash of the Lakoseljac Cup between Launceston City and Hobart United. Can Hobart United pull off the cup set? They're a good chance. They're coming into this game undefeated in their league, and they're coming up against Launceston City, who are also undefeated in their league. City currently sitting in second in the NPL Tasmania behind Zebras, coming off a 0-0 draw against South Hobart. Last week, Hobart United played out a win, and they remain undefeated with 2 wins from 2 games. So both teams are coming into the game in top form. So it should be a cracking contest.
Beautiful Andrew Heap here from sunny Buckby Park, commentating today along with Luke. Look like Jez has gone for much the same setup for the last 5 games. He's changed the midfield around a little bit there, Luke. I think that's Scott Gannon's coming from Adelaide.
Yeah, big inclusion, Scotty Gannon. Plenty of experience throughout his career, so hopefully he can pull the strings for City there in midfield and have a big impact on proceedings.
Yeah, Joe DeRazio's a bit unfortunate there to lose his spot, but I think Jazz has got in mind that this is a big, strong Hobart team. Knees up front there, of course, with Tyler Fisher, and they'll be looking for them to get on the score sheet today. Shane Cartwright's the other big inclusion. Yeah,
returning from injury, so he's had a few weeks out with an ankle injury, I believe. He's been rock solid in defence for the games he's played thus far, and he'll be well and truly looking ready to go come kick-off.
Yep, that's a good-looking bench there for Launceston City as well. And the other boy that we think will be busy today is the keeper, Nico Giantopoulos.
Nico's been busy all season, so he's been a quality inclusion to the City squad. He marshals the boys out from the back, and can't underline how valuable he's been to the City team so far this season. He'll, as you said, he'll be busy, and he'll hopefully be able to keep the Hobart United Strikers at bay.
Excellent. So this is a City side with a few Devonport boys from the past in there. They've made a big difference. A couple of strong imports, and of course those 3 or 4 youth players, and some more on the bench there. That's Launceston City today, Luke.
Just running through the Hobart United side, Harry Booth in goal. He's been rock solid so far this season, so he'll be looking to continue his good form. Jao David and Riak Yu, Justin Leko, Jackson Kassif, Hassan Shabir, Mion Kamba, El Hadi El Diyar, Abel Berhane, Sean Hawthorne and Joseph Mwabu round out the starting 11. On the bench we have Malumbu Niruenda. Bear with me on some of the pronunciations of these games, folks. It's a bit out of my wheelhouse, but I'll try and do the best I can. David Nicky Meyer as well. He'll be looking to make an impact off the bench. Robert Belonga, Samuel Jones and Manoli Katsaros is there in case Booth goes down injured.
Now this is a team that Jess knows some of the players. He's coached them before at university, so he knows what he'll expect today. We'll be calling the number first and then the name as we get into this game. We'll get to know these Hobart United players, but I think they're here fairly well boosted up for a big game. They would see this as an opportunity to put their name on the map.
Absolutely. Anytime a championship side gets the opportunity to play an MTL side, it's all the motivation they need to pull off the big upset and take them further in the competition. So, as you said, Heapy, Hobart United will be more than up and about for this game.
Yep. They're playing in their, I think that's their away strip with the white shirt. I think they prefer the all green. They look like a fit team to me. I think City have overrun a few teams this year. They've put a big fitness program in place, but I don't know that that'll be such a big advantage today.
No, they do, as you said, they do look quite fit. They appear to be wheel drilled. They're going through their paces in the warm-up and they look raring and ready to go. So I think this one will be on from young and old right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I think that first 10 minutes will really be crucial for both sides to work their way into the game. And I reckon that 10 minutes will be crucial. Hobart United will obviously, they'll be looking to get settled on a pitch they've never played on before. And yeah, see how it pans out from there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Hobart, what tactics they bring to the table today. City and Jez Kent have a little issue there with yellow cards, so they'll be worried about that. There's been a little bit of indiscipline there over the last 5 weeks and some big tackles, and I think there's a couple of boys there on at least 3 yellow cards. Luke, I think that's something they're going to have to watch, otherwise they'll be missing players in the if they get through this game.
No, can't be having players missing games. It'll be unfortunate. So far in the Cup, Hobart United come through round 1 beating Metro on penalties, so it was a good result for them. And then they took on the Northern Champions Somerset and accounted for them rather comfortably. Took them out 3-0, and here they are today at Buckby Landrover Park. From there, City they got a bye in round 1, so there's the NPL team. They got that luxury, but they come up against fellow NPL team Kingborough in the second round, and they put on a show after the Kingborough player was sent off and went down to 10, and they made full use of the wind in the second half and ran out 6-0 winners. We're not far away from kickoff. The refs, they've called over the players, so they'll be walking onto the pitch in just moments, and this one is not far at all from getting underway here at Buckby Landrover Park in lovely sunny Launceston.
Yeah, the trainers, the managers, they're all getting the balls and the tops and getting ready. The players coming together. They'll have to go over to the far side there, Luke, and come onto the pitch led by the referees, as is the norm, but we're not far away at all now from the start, and I think the conditions, Luke, are pretty perfect for football. Yeah,
it is a great day here in Lonnie today. A little bit of breeze heading towards the football end, but I don't think that'll be too much of an advantage to either side. So, as you said, Heapy, marvellous conditions here, and it's just an absolutely beautiful day for football, so it should be a cracking match.
Now, we've got 2 or 3 minutes to go, so we might talk about a couple of the players. I might talk about Aaron Campbell. I think he's 150 game player. You probably correct me on that.
One of the two. He's been one of the veterans for the City squad throughout the years.
He's played 6 or 8 seasons in midfield or up front, sort of number 10.
He's a traditional winger up and back, and he's worked that into his game, but he's dropped back into a full-back position this season. He's proving himself to be a multi-talented player, and he's making that position his own, which is great to see.
Yeah, he's been asked to do that job this year at right fullback, and I think Jez Kent is relying on his speed there, his ability to overlap, but
absolutely.
Also to get back and to cover. And I think he's grown into that as the games have gone through.
Yeah, his pace is a major asset of his game, and as you said, the overlapping runs, they become a big threat for opposition, and obviously he's very well drilled running backwards, very fit player, so he goes forward, he goes back, and he does it all.
Now, as chairman of Launceston City, and Luke has been on the committee, it's difficult for us to talk about weaknesses in the Launceston City side. There probably are some areas, there are a couple, but we won't mention them. We'll ask the viewing audience today, see if they can find them. But it is a fit Launceston City side.
They are a fit team. They put in a mountain of work over pre-season. Getting to know each other was working themselves through the tough heat and the tough running session. So the boys got together and bonded quickly, and here we are. They've started the season well, so forgive us for our bias today. It'll probably show its ugly head at some point, but it's the nature of the day that we're in, and it is what it is.
Yeah, we hope Hobart City have a great day out.
Absolutely.
Hobart United, not Hobart City, and it's a great game of football. But we'll be looking at the the score there as we finish the second half, and hoping, of course, that City go through. But a big day for Hobart United. Here they come. They're coming out, and we're not far away now.
Yeah, excitement is building for both sides, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out of the gates.
The crowd's building up slowly. The only game here today.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual one. It's very rare that we just have the one game, so it's a 1 p.m. kickoff, which also is, for us, it's very, very strange. Obviously, usually we have games, but never the main game at 1 p.m. So, yeah, beautiful conditions and nice and warm for the players, so they won't be shivering their butts off, and they'll be ready and raring to go.
That's the thing that works for the northern teams. On some days we have 5 or 6 teams all playing here on the same day, and they start at 11:30 in the morning. And by the time the main game comes on at 4:30, we've got quite a crowd here, and I think they enjoy that. When we play in Hobart, we tend to go along, and the crowds are a little bit dispersed because the teams play at different venues. I think that's
it's good to see Hobart United. They've brought a big travelling contingent today, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of noise for those boys, and hopefully for the fans' sake and for the players' sake, they can put on a good showing and really show that the Southern Championship is no weak link in Tasmanian football whatsoever.
Sure. City, if they win the toss, will be looking to kick away from the club rooms to the west and come home in facing the club rooms. That's a bit of a favourite here, and they can get the crowd behind them in the second half. But it looks like the toss has gone well for them, Luke, and they'll be kicking.
Yeah, so the slight breeze we mentioned, City will have that at the backs for the first half, but as is customary Tasmanian weather, you never know what the conditions are going to do, and these are just as likely to be completely different in 5 minutes' time to what it is now. So, yeah, both teams will be in their huddles and discussing their final tactics. So here the captains are meeting in the pitch, shaking hands with the refs and each other, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Got a bit excited with the tosser thing, Heapy.
That's Daniel Syson, number 8. Who's number 5 for Hobart United?
Number 5, the captain is J. David, so he'll be, oh, sorry, that's not.
Take time.
Number 5 is Justin Letico.
Justin Letico. Then we'll see who's won the toss. I thought they'd already tossed because they sort of went to
their separate ways, but.
So, all right, they're in the huddle there. They've been talking about what they got up to last night, and the captains are trying to get them to focus now on the game. And for both teams, big game. This FFA Cup is a wonderful.
It's a great opportunity. It's only a fresh competition. Obviously, only a couple of years running now. City are looking now for the back-to-back semi-final appearances in the Lakoseljac Cup, and looking to go a couple places better and push on to the FFA Cup qualifying spot. Hobart United, I'm unsure if they've reached this stage before, but I'm sure their club would be very proud of them to make the semi-final if they're to our City from the competition today. Looks like City will be taking the kick-off, and we are just moments away from getting underway.
The City lineup, it looks like Egan's gone out to right back. Liam Scott and Millington will sit in the middle, and he's pushed Campbell out to left full back. There's a diamond there in midfield, which is Syson Cartwright, Gannon, the new boy, and they'll be looking to dominate through midfield.
Absolutely. As Egan sends the ball forward looking for Mees, he slips through, and Booth gathers it up comfortably for Hobart United. He goes with the footy kick all the way. Oh, it's a good distance on that one. Liam Scott gathers it up. Bit of a hacked clearance, and it falls to the Hobart United player.
Looks like it's set up 4-3-3, which is a little bit different for City. It's got Linger out there on the left, and he's pushed Tyler out right, and Mees will run through the centre.
Campbell plays back to Jan Soplis. He settles, and it's a bit of a panic clearance there. It'll be good pressure early from Hobart United, which is good to see.
So it's a Hobart United throw there on the right-hand side.
Marwabu has picked it up and lost the ball, but it will be a United throw-in again. Sean Hawthorne will take the throw for United. He sends it down the line. He finds LDR. He twists, props, and sends it back to Marwabu. just working their way into the game. It's good football from United. It's good to see. But it's good pressing from Syson, and he wins the ball and finds Mees at the top. He plays it through. Fisher. It's good positioning from Booth, and he'll gather comfortably. Neither a threat there at all for United.
City will go direct, Luke, as often as possible. But Hobart playing the ball on the deck at the moment.
It's good to see. Moabu plays it out to the fullback. Can't quite pick up who that is. It's picked out by Linger, but then won back by the centre back. Trying to run a bit too much early with the ball, Hobart United, and putting themselves under the pump. Linger gathers, sends Campbell down the line, that man we mentioned earlier. Can't quite get through. Sent along in direct, Liam Scott, and Nico will get it sorted out. Again, it's a second panic clearance from Nico there. It's a bit uncharacteristic early, working his way into the game, so he'll be looking to settle after those couple of panicky clearances. So Hobart sent it down the line. Campbell's got the body position, looking to shoot it out for a goal kick, and does so comfortably.
Yeah, not a huge intensity for a cup game. I'm a little surprised it started at a medium pace, just like a normal NPL game.
Yeah. So Scott looking forward. He's got Gannon running forward, presents, he finds Egan, keeps it in. The touch isn't the best, and it's pinched. LDR wins it back, and he's played it to... He's played down the line in a bit of a fumble. Egan sees it back to Giansopoulos. It's good pressing from the United strikers early. Linger controls with the chest, can't quite gather it in though, and it's won back by United again. They press forward. It's a dangerous ball. It's a bit overhit though, and a run out for a goal kick. It's only early days, but United are working their way into this game well, and they're only a couple of minutes in, but they are looking like they've settled better than City at this stage.
Yeah, looking constructive there, Luke. Just playing it a bit unlucky, number 7 there. Ball just skipped away from him.
So Nico's played it out to Liam Scott on the wing. He's pressing forward. Plays it into the centre, looking for Gannon, can't quite pick him out. It's pinched again. Mees, good pressure. It is a foul.
Tyler there just trying out the left boot.
Yeah.
That's working today, so I'll be happy with that. Just maybe a little bit lucky.
Mees, good pressure.
The whistle went before he kicked that, Luke.
Yeah, it's probably a foul there, so I'll have to cop that one, unfortunately, at this stage, Heapy.
Don't just stand that way.
Both coaches got a bit to say, trying to get the troops going.
They're very vocal early. That's a pretty regular for Jez, though. So there's nothing out of the ordinary there. Whereas Daniel Booth can't say I know a lot about the bloke, but he looks to be well and truly up and about for this game at the early stage.
This Canberra, number 8, he looks like an experienced player, Luke, sitting in midfield there. He's the boy that won the free kick before. I'll be keeping an eye on him. I think he might be the playmaker.
Yeah, looks a threat. Bit of a hacked clearance. It's a whopping thunder knee from Letico, the skipper. It's well won by Egan in the corner, and it's a throw in for City. He looks for Fisher. Fisher flicks it on. He's a bit unawares of that happening, and Hobart United win it back again. LDR couldn't win the ball, but he has won a foul. So it'll be a set piece situation for United, and if they can get on the score sheet early, that'll be absolutely very dangerous. So there's a foul by Cartwright, looking just a touch too eager to get on the press there. So unfortunate for him, but let's see what United have to offer here.
Yeah, I missed that one, Luke. I was watching the ball. Was it Cartwright, was it?
It was.
Foot in late.
Sakasif runs in. It's a good ball. It's a... I'll tell you what.
Got to say, look, that was a great chance. Great free kick and great move by Hobart United. And the coach is very happy, and I can see why.
It was a great ball. City will be, with that threat nullified, and looking to obviously not give away too many set pieces. Because that's going to be the standard of delivery all day. They will be in trouble. Syson picks it up deep. It's a long ball. Oh, Campbell's made a great run. He's over the top. It's a heavy touch on his left. Can he get it across? Well, he can, but it's tame, and it's picked up by Booth.
That's the threat we were talking about earlier, that overlapping. Campbell can get through and can get back.
It's a great run. United play around with it at the back. They send it back to Booth and they'll spring it out to the far side. No, Booth turns back and goes the other way again. Oh, he's working himself into a bit of a hole. Mees has pinched Linger. The tandem. What can they offer? Oh, it's a nice little turn to win the throw for City there from Jazza Linger, the great man. Really working into his NPL career. He's a young star, only 18, so he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in this Launceston City squad in years to come. He's picked it up from the throw from Mees. Sison wins it back for City. And you're looking to get it into the box. He plays Campbell down the left. Campbell crosses, but it's blocked. He's getting a second chance. He's won the ball. He's beaten 2. Can he get Cartwright's there in support? It is a foul against Campbell. I'm not sure how he's picked that one out, but that's why he's the ref and I'm sitting here in the commentary box.
Yeah, the play just breaking down again on the left-hand side for City. Nothing really troubling Hobart United at the moment, Luke.
So Cartwright's picked it up in midfield, going forward to City. No foul, bundled over. United looking forward, puts it out on the wing. Hughes got on the ball here on the left. He plays it into the middle for Bahan. He's played it through, but they can't do nothing with that. Not sure what's gone on there. Nico's given a bit of afters there, and he'll press on and continue with the play.
Yeah, just a late foot there. Keepers don't like that, of course, Luke.
No. So it's a contest in the middle. Sison wins out in the end. He turns away and plays it back to Giansopoulos.
Sison playing in his position, he doesn't normally play that deep. They've got him playing deep today, Luke.
I think it's a position that suits him though, despite the perhaps unnaturality for himself, but I think it is a defensive-minded midfield position. He's good. Cartwright swung it over for Mees, but he's beaten to it by Letico, and Letico has put it out for a City throw, which will be taken by Fisher.
I think you're right with Sison, because he's disciplined. He'll sit there all day. He doesn't get drawn out.
Absolutely. So Fisher's found Egan. That's a nice ball into Cartwright. There's a bit too much fizz on it for him to play it immediately. Egan swings it in on the right. That's dangerous to the back post, but there's no one there. And it goes all the way out for a goal kick. So City, despite their perhaps slow start, have worked into it and are becoming more threatening.
Yeah, I think Measy looked like a feeding shark there. He's a bit disappointed it went over his head. He likes to fly up to those.
He had found some space, so had the ball been a bit more precise, I reckon he would have been a big threat there. Obviously, Noah Mees coming off the NPL Rising Star last season, so he's with every game he's becoming more and more accustomed to the pressure at the top level, and he's becoming a major threat in the competition. It's interesting that the keeper's not taking his goal kicks, and it doesn't appear to be any better from the centre back, so not sure of the tactics there. It's an advantage paid by the referee. LDR has played it through. It's a great one too, but it's come unstuck for them in the end, and Scott will repel for City. He plays it wide left for Fisher, who knocks it in for Gannon, who sends it over the top. Mees is... Ooh, it nearly skipped on the turf. I'm not sure, might be a bit of dew still on the surface from the cold temperatures in Launceston this morning, but Hobart United have got it sorted and they will repel from the back. Played out to the right. I believe that's Hawthorn, but I'm unsure as he's turned away from him. So centre back plays a long ball forward. Campbell's in good position to win the header, and it's well read and knocks it down for Sison. It's controlled well, handles the pressure, who switches. It's a big switch for Fisher. It gets there, but his touch is poor, and it's won back by United. Bahane's turned him and sent... Oh, it's well won, and Scott leaves a toe in.
I've got to say there, Luke, I don't think Kent will be very happy with the pressing game at City at the moment.
No,
they're just going through the motions, so they've lost a bit of fun.
They've started slow, and it's well won by Jackson Carsif. He was off to the races had he beaten Scott there, so perhaps more of a professional foul more than anything, which we won't want too many of them, otherwise he will be in the book. We
were speaking about yellow cards before. I think Liam Scott's on 3. I think if he gets one today, he'll be missing a semi-final if City go through.
So it's sent in by Carsif. It's high up and under. Campbell, oh, there appeared to be a hand. It's probably a little bit inadvertent, which is why the refs waved it away. Gene Topper sends it out for Scott, who will run for the City. It's over the top again. This City are clearly looking for that long ball through to Mees. They're not quite getting it right at this stage. Booth is time wasting, and it's the 10th minute, so
not sure what that's about.
a bit panic from. Oh, it's unfortunate. It's a bit of a. It's gotten through the striker in the end. Well played. Well, the ref went to blow and decided against it.
Played the advantage.
Oh, it's Megs Egan. He's being absolutely sent to the races. LDR can't find. Oh, he did. And the touch was poor, and Campbell repels for City. City are under the pump here, Heapy.
That was a great ball, and a better touch, and he would have been in there, Luke.
Campbell was. Oh, that's a big shirt pull, and he will be into the book. That appears to be. Not sure. I think it was number 8. It may have been Canberra. I'm unsure. He was none too pleased with the referee's decision, whoever it was, and City now have a set piece. They have been dangerous from set pieces so far this season. Captain's stolen a couple of late goals, and with Gannon standing over it with Syson, they'll be looking to get City into the lead. Gannon runs in. It's dangerous. Oh, no one's attacked it. I'd be really impressed with that, Jez. I don't think, Heapy.
No, that was.
It's a great ball.
It was a great ball. The forwards were looking for something a little bit further out. I think that's the issue with flying players there. Look, they obviously had a lot of time to work on the free kicks with Gannon, but he's got a nice right foot, and if they're a bit quicker next time, they might get onto that ball. That was right between the keeper and the defence. Yeah,
it was perfectly placed, and unfortunately none of the City strikers read it and weren't able to get a head on it to put it into the net. But that's the way she goes sometimes, and the game will continue on. Hobart United have a throw-in on halfway. It should be taken by Hawthorn. Sent in to number 7, which is Shabir. He turns, sends it back to Letico. Letico presses forward. It's a switch, and it's found Eruya on the right, on the left, sorry. Oh, he's a bit of a miscommunication with his teammate, but they've sorted it out and gotten hold of it. Bahane has played it through, and he's found LDR again. LDR doesn't like what he sees going forward, but he finds Karsif, who gets it sorted out, but he can't win the throw for United. It's good pressure there from Egan. City are working their way into the game slowly but surely.
Yeah, Egan's settled down now, and he seems to have worked out a little bit about that left winger. It gave him a little bit of trouble early on there. Yeah.
So Lindsay Millington plays forward. He's found Linger. Touches a bit of a bobble for Linger, so he'll be forced to play back to Millington again.
Tyler Fisher's sitting out here on the right. If City can pick him out.
It's well read by the centre half, but his header finds Campbell, who switches to that man Fisher that he called. It doesn't quite get over the top, and it was well won by Karsif. He's played it out to LDR. I think they're probably turning around a little bit too much in dangerous positions, and as the game goes on, it may find themselves in trouble for Hobart United, but at this stage, no damage done. Syson is looking forward. He sends it over the top. Mees has made a good run, and he gets the ball. Oh, it's a good turn. He's beaten his man. It's a tame shot, and Booth gathers easily, but it's the first shot on target in anger.
Bread and butter for Mees, that sort of stuff, but the actual finish, Luke, didn't have enough energy in it.
It was certainly lacking there, Heggie, so he'll be looking to bounce back from that one. I'm sure he'll have the opportunity to do so as the game wears on. A long ball was sent over the top, and it's gone out for a throw, which Campbell will take.
United have just stopped pressing as hard as they did. I think they had City sort of on the back foot there.
Yeah, they, as you said, they started bullet gate. So their coach, Daniel Booth, probably won't be too impressed about that, but it may just be a 5-minute spell from the United boys. Cartwright takes a set piece. It's a smashing ball. Fisher would have been in. The touch was lacking though, and United repel. It's good contest there between. I think Shane Egan's a little bit unlucky there. A little bit of afters to the ref, and probably not necessary at this stage.
That ball from Cartwright's the class ball that all coaches are looking for, and Tyler there, his first touch just wasn't quite good enough.
No. Again, it's a little ball that puts United player under pressure, but he's done well. Hawthorn's out on the right. Oh, it's a good little trick around Linger, but he's given it away in the end. They won't be too happy about that as the opportunity opened up for United.
He's let him know there, Luke, as well. He told him something about, about his run there.
He's less than impressed. The throw from Campbell comes to Millington. Lindsay Millington's been a good inclusion to the City squad. We did miss him the first couple of rounds. He was away skiing, of all things, Heapy.
Yeah, up in the snow in Japan.
And he's come back and he's made an immediate impact. So he's very much a welcome addition to the squad.
Great lad, great.
Fish has gathered it deep in United's half, but he can't quite work the 1-2 with Gannon. And United are away here on the counter, but they've pulled themselves up again, and it's well won back by Linger and Cartwright. It's a good ball. Fish is in. It's a handy touch, and it'll just be enough.
First touch was good there.
It was,
but it was good covering by number 5.
A very crucial intervention there from. Dear me. It was Letico, the skipper, so leading from the front there.
Excellent.
Millington wins a solid header. It's a good flick on from Gannon, but means he'd shifted out to the left and couldn't win it. Hobart United are playing out very well from the back, but it gets to the centre third of the pitch and they find themselves in a bit of trouble. Gannon turns. It's a nice diagonal ball. Linger might be a chance, but he was blocked. The ref didn't see it that way.
It was a clever block.
I do agree. It was good. It was good body.
Yeah.
Well played by.
He took his chance, got away with it.
Yeah.
I thought the keeper was a bit adventurous there.
He did appear to be far out, but he had it covered in the end, so no dramas. Sison looking forward again. He plays it square to Scott. Scott takes his touch forward. He presses on. Every ball forward from City's in the air at this stage. The diving header from Karsif was into his own hand for handball, so City will have another set-piece situation here.
Now this is Tyler Fisher range. There's one on YouTube that he hit last year down the Hobart. I think it was against Kingborough, and he hit one this year up at the other end from about here. But no.
Scotty Gannon looks to be the man. Yeah. Sison's gone. Fisher's
Tyler's gone. Yeah.
Fisher looks to be wanting to get in the wall to create a bit of a nuisance of himself. So from this sort of spot for a right-footed player, he'll be looking to whip the ball across onto the head. He'll be looking for Mees, Scott and Millington, and Egan as well. Cartwright's up there. So can this be the moment for City to break the deadlock? It's a good bowl, but no, City players again push forward. So a bit of lack of communication perhaps from set pieces at this early stage. The header's won by Campbell. Back to Gannon. It's a bit short. Campbell has to clear quickly. The header into a dangerous area. Oh, it's a bit it's a free to City. From my position, I believe Campbell takes back the arm. And the replay agrees with me, so I'm not sure where the refs pulled the foul from there, but play goes on and Fisher's found it on the left. He's looking to become a presence in this match. He's not had a great impact thus far. He finds Campbell coming down the left. Campbell's confronted by number 7, Chabier. Plays it out to Linger. He's got all the tricks in the book and he will be a nuisance for the Hobart United players all day. He finds Cartwright at the top of the box. He plays back to Sison. So they're quite up for the moment, United, but City are pressing and pressing hard. The ball through from Sison wasn't quite on its mark, but he's won it back for City. He goes down the left, but it's sent out for a throw by Mwabu.
Yeah, I missed that earlier confrontation back there, Luke, but City had pushed forward and was slow to get back.
They were indeed. Now the referee is coming over to the linesman. A bit of a yarn. See what happens here.
She's obviously flagged there, Luke, to get his attention. They also have the mouthpiece these days, so she might have had a word. Oh, yeah, she's got a bit to say.
Letting him know something in no uncertain terms. So it'll be interesting to see what the outcome is for this little chat between the referee and his assistant.
It was a fairly long story. Well, I hope it has a happy ending. Let's see what the referee decides.
So they've come apart. Doesn't seem to be any indication at this stage of what the decision is. No, if we play on, it's just a throw for City. So there's a whole big chat for a whole lack of result. Soupy's gone for the outside of the right foot cross, and it was disappointing to say the least. So Hobart United will have the goal kick. And they'll be looking to press forward and cause some threats for City.
Yeah, at this stage, workmanlike performances from both teams. A little bit of quality missing. Fitness isn't an issue at this stage, and I think Hobart United have done very well up to now, Luke.
Yeah, they've been completely on par with City to this point. So Egan cuts it out. He's found Gannon. He tries to get it to Cartwright, but it's well cut out. Can't sneak it through. Egan's nice tricks around Shabir there, and he plays it back to Jansopoulos.
Yeah, his dance teacher would be proud of him there. Luke, I thought that was beautiful. I wish I could do that.
It's a very swift move. So Jansopoulos plays it to Cartwright. He's looking for the long ball again, and Mees has found his pace. It's a quick turn, but he's put himself under the pressure for the touch that's poor, and Mawabu's cut it out. He's swung it outright. Campbell's gotten a bit far forward. He's fouled him there. The ref's called him. I think he's going to be into the book. He is. It's a card of the yellow variety for Aaron Campbell. First slice of cheese for Lonnie City.
Disappointing yellow there for City. Campbell, yeah, just a bit
overzealous in his forward run and couldn't track up the ground. So a professional foul and goes in the book. He'll have to be on his best behaviour for the rest of the game, as to not leave City at a numbers advantage. So yeah,
and this is something City are going to have to watch, because that's another yellow card. Yellow cards are an issue.
So it's whipped in on the left. He's shot, and it's comfortable for Jansopoulos. That is Nico's absolute ultimate comfort there. So that's a good clearing header. It's a good run. He's beaten a couple. He finds Shavir on the left. It's a poor shot. I think he'll be copping a bit from his teammates there. Probably should have got that one across the box.
This is a great little ball here, Luke.
Yeah, it's absolutely smashing from Letico. He's been doing it all, both ends of the park. So
and just on his wrong foot here. No left foot, unfortunately.
Couldn't get it across Nico. But anyway, United are causing more than enough threat for City, so they're absolutely in this game. So Syson was less than impressed with his ball, but it's found Egan. He shouldn't be too disappointed. So played it back to Scott. Found Gannon in the middle. It's a nice touch to Cartwright. It's good football there from City. A bit short, but good body from Mees, but can't hold on to it. Mawabu wins out and plays back to the skipper, Letico. He gets it going forward. It's a long ball through the middle. Well read by Scott, but it's a poor touch. Finds the feet of Bahane, but Cartwright has that covered. Plays to Syson. Little ball back to Cartwright and out to Egan on the right. Good composure there from the City midfield. Ooh, a bit of miscommunication there. Ooh, Cartwright, Fisher has caught one.
Just twisted his ankle there. Looks all right, though.
Anyway, moving forward, number 2, David, has played it forward to LDR, and he's found on Hawthorn on the left. He plays it in the middle for David. He's sent a nice ball over the top for LDR. He's gathered it up. No flag from the linesman, but he's turned out. It's a couple of times that Hobart United have got into dangerous positions and just basically stopped the attack themselves. So probably not what Booth, the coach, is after. So Linger's done well, looking for Mees, but Letico's read that well. He plays it back to Booth. It's good pressing from Mees, but it's a good clearance from Booth, good length on it, and it clears into the City half. Sent back in by Campbell. Mwabo has gathered the ball again for United, and they are absolutely not to be taken lightly here, United, because they are well and truly in this game at this stage. So City will have to gather themselves up, and nothing in that. It's the Hobart United fans are not impressed with that one, but it's good body from Campbell, and as the replay will show us here, gets the body in. Knocked out by Mawabu.
They didn't like that shoulder there, Luke. I think that was the issue.
Absolutely delightful shoulder, for my opinion, but it's a poor ball from Linger. Egan couldn't gather it up. Shabir will be looking to get this one, but it's well won by Scott. He finds Egan, who turns into the middle for Gannon, and then back to Scott. City is showing that they've got the football to break United down, but they're doing it in the wrong part of the field at this stage. So getting themselves into and then out of pressure with some good football. And if they can get that in the attacking end of the field, they'll be off to the races, I think. Good pressing there. Sees the ball out for a City throw.
Looking to build from the back, Luke. I don't think the coach will be particularly happy with the quality of some of that passing. But both teams trying to play the ball on the deck.
Yeah, for the most, City after the early, definitely focusing on the long ball over the top, but it's as you said, they have moved forward to playing it on the deck, and not quite coming off from them at this stage as United come forward again. Sent over the top. It's
an easy one for Jim.
Nice comfortable gather for Nico there, and he looking to get City started from the back again. He goes long. It's a nice. Oh, Linger's in space. It's going to be difficult to gather that one in, and he can't. So it's out for a United throw, and there's plenty of noise over that side from the United fans. It's good to see a bit of noise at a local game. It's over the top again. Contest for Millington, gets a flick on to Scott, who hacks it forward. Let it go. He's marshalling the troops well from deep in midfield. So no, it wasn't Let It Go. My apologies. That was Myonge Kamba.
Good touch there again by Egan, just to take the danger away there.
So Karsif will have the throw. Got Shabir, and the header's won by Scott. It's over. Karsif keeps it in play. Could have had the throw. Plays it to a 50-50 contest, which was well won in the end by Kamba. He's played it back to David. Plays it to Hawthorne under a bit of pressure, so he plays it back to Booth in the air, which may have been a bit uncomfortable. It was well gathered in. He's taken his time. A little bit of sharper pressing by Mears there. It could have been well and truly under the pump. The long ball is cut out. Linger's gathered it up on the left. Plays it back to Cartwright, who sends it forward. Mears has got a bit of a yard. It's good body from David, who keeps Mears in the corner. Can't get the cross in, but it will be a corner.
It's a good contest there. Who's that for Hobart?
That is Jai David. So he's
Jai David and Mears. That's a good contest.
David's been very solid at the back thus far. So if he can keep winning those battles with Mears, Hobart United will be well on their way to progression to the next round. So Syson standing over the corner for City. He'll be looking to find the boys in the middle, see what he can do. It's whipped in. Looks dangerous. Oh, it's right on the keeper. He's cleared away with a good slap away. Millington doesn't get a dangerous ball in, and a counter is away for United. Shabir plays forward to Eldiar. He's got Karsif in support. He's run down the left. Boys are getting into the middle. Oh, he's sent Cartwright to the races. Lots of support from the scoring for sure. Oh, it's a great play. United have taken the lead. It's a great goal. Well played. It was Bahane. Yeah, Bahane's gotten the goal for City, for United, sorry. So they've taken the lead 1-0 here at Buckby Landrover Park in the 29th minute. Adel Bahane has scored for Hobart United. It's number 12. He's done the business, and Hobart United lead. They are on their way to an upset here in the quarterfinals.
That's the second time in 10 minutes that City have been caught on the break there, Luke. The keeper there took that ball off Mears' head, and the counter-attack, was quick and fast.
It was.
A couple of good passes there and interesting runs, and City were too slow to get back.
They were, as I said. Mears had a good opportunity to put the header away for City for a 1-0, but they've run down the other end, and Hobart United have taken an unlikely lead. So it'll be interesting to see how City respond from here, Heapy. Played down to Egan. Oh, Mears is on his haunches there. Poor from the centre forward. Scott gathers. That's a brilliant touch. He plays it in the middle for Millington. Millington looks forward. He's got Campbell out on the left if he requires him. He does. He plays it out to him. Bit of a slow ball, so not a lot Campbell would do for that one other than play it back. Millington looks long. It's high up and under ball. Fishes a chance. It doesn't go for it. I'm not sure about that from him. Lack of communication. Gannon's touch is poor. A simple touch for Syson. Oh, it's a great fake from Scott. He presses forward. Ball into the feet of Mears. His turn. He's got onto his left. Oh, it's a deflection, but it settles for Booth. Lack of power, even if there wasn't a deflection there for Mears. So probably needs to put his foot through that one, I think, Heapy.
Yeah, Hobart United defending now in numbers. They've just, after the goal, just come back to get a breath. there, and City are allowed room at the back just to play the ball out. They're not pressing now, Hobart, they're just waiting there. We'll see if that
sitting
continues.
off again, so whether that's just a spell now, they've got the lead, or they're going to continue to sit back for the rest of the game and defend their lead. It's a poor ball from Gannon, which ends the attack with a ball in Booth's arms. He flings it out to Karsif. Karsif turns. He was a big part in the goal there, Heapy, so he's a threat out on the left. But City will need to nullify it. Egan has done so this time. It'll be a City throw-in.
The 4-3-3 not working for City at this stage. I haven't seen them play that this year. And that's allowing Hobart City to play up to City in the midfield.
Yeah,
so
I
I
think
been left to do a lot of work there.
I think Fish is probably a bit deep for my line. I think the two strikers would be a better format for City. And City appear to have won a free kick.
If you look at Gannon there at the moment out on the right, he's been there for the last 30 seconds. You would think he'd be sitting in midfield with Sison.
Yeah, there's perhaps a positional change there from Kent. Perhaps to open the game up through the middle a bit. So see how that pans out for City. Sison plays it into the box. It's in a good area. Can someone win it? Oh, chest to me. Oh, and Egan puts it over the bar. Not sure if the chest down for Egan was Measy's intention there, but it worked out well. But Egan couldn't finish. So we've gone back to the replay. It was Karsif who's played it. That was a super touch at the top of the box, and the finish from Bahane was pristine to put United ahead. Heapy
picked a great spot there, left Nico without a chance. Just found the corner beautifully there. But back at this end, Mees just gave Egan an early Christmas present and he smacked it over the bar.
Well won in the header from the Hobart United striker. Egan puts himself under the pump. The whole ball was over the line. It'll be a United throw-in.
Egan's not too happy about that, but he'll accept the decision and get on with life.
That he will. He and the rest of City probably need a lift here. It's probably one of the worst halves they've played for the season thus far. Obviously, it's not that far into the season, but definitely need to lift. That's a great tackle from Egan. He was out for a throw-in.
A bit of fire in this.
Yeah, there is, absolutely. I think City are frustrated with the position that they're in, and Hobart United aren't going to back down. So the remaining hour of football is going to be very, very interesting, Heapy.
Yeah, if you're writing the script for Hobart United, this will be perfect. An early goal.
It's a brave touch from Gannon. It's not paid off, but appeals for handball from City, but it's not given. It's a nice little 1-2. Will it be gathered in? Yes. That is Mungay Kamba, but he couldn't hold of the ball and put it out for a throw-in. So
excellent play there from Hobart United, probing down the left-hand side.
It's a Karsif again. Looks for the long throw-in. There's a bit more height than length to that one. Oh, it's an audacious flick. Shabir's at the penalty spot. He beats one. Shouts for a pen. Not even considered by the referee there. So it's cleared and Hawthorn will gather for United. Bit of a panic clearance. Finds Linger. Bit slow on the ball and he allows, I think that was Marabu, to come back and press him and win the ball for United. But it's quelled by the City midfield. Mees drops the shoulder and turns. Comes back into the middle. He's maintained possession of the ball. That's a terrible pass. It was nowhere near Cartwright. Oh, Shabir's had that one into the air. Scott's got a little bit of shin on that one and it's fallen back into the possession of United. But Campbell put on enough pressure to cause the erratic touch and City will repel through Lindsay Millington. Over the top for Linger, but can't get it there and Shabir's picked it up on the it's well read by Cartwright, but he can't quite gather it in. It'll be a throw in for United.
Yeah, this 4-3-3 is not working for City, Luke. I'm sorry I've been banging on about that, but they're giving up the midfield. They've got strong players and they're giving it up to Hobart United at this point.
Yeah, I think half-time there'll be definitely a positional change, but doesn't seem to be forthcoming at the moment. A goal before half-time for City is definitely what they need going into the Sheds because they look very flat at the moment. I'm not sure where the attacks are coming from, but Fish has done. Oh, here it is. Oh, Gannon out the back post. There it is. That is very. As we were just saying, we don't know where the attack's coming from. Scotty Gannon gets his first goal for Launceston City. It's a very important one there for City, and
What do I know, Luke? I was just about to comment that what's Gannon doing out there with a picnic
it's
basket.
brilliant from Fisher. The chest control to bring it down and play it across the. I don't know how Gannon could possibly have that much space at the back of the back post and on the 6-yard box, but he did, and he scored the goal. So you can't ask for any more than that.
Tactically moving Gannon out there in the last 5 or 10 minutes has paid off after a few good touches there.
Absolutely. So 1-1 here, 37 minutes played, and back on level terms. So probably Hobart United need to maintain the pressure they've put on, because they've been absolutely brilliant thus far. So if they can maintain what they've produced over the first 35 minutes, they're definitely in with a chance of taking a result from this one. But they've got to keep pressing. They can't let that goal sap their confidence.
Yeah, what he's done is changed. He's dropped Tyler back into the centre, into midfield 3, and he's playing Gannon, Mees and Linger across the front. And that's created that goal, so we can't argue with that.
It's good pressing there from East. It's reflected off him for a throw-in for United. Just noticed a bit of a knee bandage on Shabir, so hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt him at any stage. Big clearance from Egan. Contest, well won by Hawthorn. Bit of a directionless header. Carsick gathers it in the corner. It's well pressed by Gannon, can't keep it in. Cartwright can't gather it in either, and it's played down. Oh, Bahane. He's proven to be a big threat in this match. City's definitely something here. Oh, he beats Egan into the plum. Oh, it's a nice flick there from Dew. It's played. Oh, brilliant play from Shabir. Oh, it's a great tackle from Shane Egan. Support comes, and gets a toe in, but Hobart can maintain possession of the ball. Maintain his ball is caught. He's left Cam behind dry there, and Fesher presses forward. It's a group ball through for Mees. He's got Linger in the middle. It's a cut out though. Oh, it's a short. Oh, Gannon couldn't quite pinch it off Ledico's toe. Bahane will clear. He finds Dew up top. He's played centre forward for the United at this stage. Oh, it's a cut. It's a slice of cheese for Cartwright. A bit stiff there, I think.
It's slightly late. It's not the worst tackle I've seen today, Luke. So I'm a bit surprised with that one. He might have had a word to him about some earlier ones. They do that sometimes.
Oh, the leg was left in on his trailing back foot.
Oh, is that the one?
Probably fair enough in the end for the cheese. So 38 minutes gone. It's been a great contest so far. Can't take anything away from United. They've come here to play, and they've been good to this point, Heapy.
They look dangerous. But both teams just need that quality inside the 18-yard box. They're making chances at both ends. It's just that first touch, isn't it?
Absolutely. But as you said, both sides have both played some brilliant football, but as you said, that last touch has been lacking. Too many touches there from Campbell, but he cops a spray from Heap, but from Ken. Probably in your own mind you're giving him a spray, but anyway. Foul for City. Campbell continues his run down the left. He plays in the middle for Cartwright. He finds Mees. There's a good touch from Mees. Can Campbell get it across? He stops, brings it back onto his... Oh, it's a good ball. It gets over the top to Gannon. Oh! Ooh. I think that's a corner. It is a corner.
That was a good move, Luke. One of the better moves. Nice how Campbell came back onto his right foot there. He doesn't trust his left peg.
He's got a lethal left peg, so he can get himself probably under a bit less pressure. It's definitely a threat.
Did the
Gannon's
coach
positioning's real interesting there.
Yeah,
He's very deep.
Yeah.
But it paid off. I'm not sure that would have been Campbell's target from the ball. The corner's gone short. Syson plays a 1-2 with Fisher. It's a touch. He's beaten one and he'll strike. Oh, it's well blocked by, I think it was Bahane.
He loves those, like a seagull on a chip there. You just see
that's
it in his eye.
Straight from the training pitch, that one. It was swerving across Booth, so I think the intervention for Bahane was definitely required.
Get closer!
That's a crowded 18-yard box. They're lining up here.
Going short this time. Fisher's out there on his own. It's at the front post. The keeper's out of position. Oh, Mees will nod it in. It's 2-1. Noah Mees. What can't the great man do? The NPL Rising Star of 2017. He's an absolute legend, and he's put City ahead on the cusp of half-time. So, no means he gets his goal, and City have taken the lead.
He was like the Statue of Liberty there, Luke, just standing tall.
He was.
And
He was,
they couldn't get close to him. And they're big. They've got big defence as well, but he's a big lad, isn't he, Nance?
He was an uncontested header in the end, and Booth had left himself high and dry trying to win the ball at the front post. Unfortunate there for United, but City have turned it around. They've come from a goal down, and they are 2-1 up. So it's proven to be a bit of a masterstroke, perhaps, moving Gannon onto the right, but didn't play a big part in that goal. But 2-1 nevertheless to Launceston City. Starting to gain ascendancy in this one. Liam Scott will put the end to that attack. Mees will come across, can't quite win it for City. It's a good header flick time to Dew. But his header's poor. Although he finds Bahane, the goal scorer for United. It's a good turn from Mawabu. He'll strike. Ooh. It's a late leg from Linger, and it'll be a set piece for Hobart United.
Yeah, interesting to see how Hobart United will react now. They took it up to City. I think we'd say that in the first 20 minutes, and then of course they got the lead there, and then they just sat back a little bit.
They did. It was almost as if the goal they thought they had it won at that stage, which you cannot do in the 25th minute. So.
And then Kent's made that move that you and I just couldn't work out. Well, I can work it out. Anyway.
Gannon
and his picnic basket out on the right here. Yeah. But City have turned around and scored 2 goals.
They have. They've. Not sure you'd say it's a deserved lead, but they have the lead, and they have to press on from here to maintain the lead and hold Hobart United at bay. Bahane runs in. I believe that's a shot. It's a poor one if it is. It's cleared by Sison. Linger picks it up. Can't quite get it through Mawabu, and it's quelled. And United come forward through Canberra. He finds Dew. It's a good first touch on his thigh. It's a cheeky back heel looking for Shabir. Doesn't quite come off. Cartwright goes into trouble. I'm not sure about that, but he's done well in the end. Gannon stopped and put no pressure on whatsoever. Bahane's pinched it. He pressed forward. A dangerous touch. Oh, it's a good intervention from Egan. A couple of crucial slide tackles from him. Mees with strong body wins the foul for City.
Yeah, he milked that one, Leesy, like a Midlands dairy farmer. Right?
It was a bit soft, but it was there nevertheless. So City will be looking to go forward. Sison picked it up deep in defence. He's been playing very deep today. I'm not sure if that's a regular thing. I've been away the past couple of weeks. I haven't seen his positioning, but
no, that's new, Luke. That's new.
That's new.
But they're looking for that discipline. He'll stay there all day. He won't get caught out anyway.
As we mentioned earlier, I do think it's a position that suits him, and he can really dictate play. It's a super touch from Mees to Linger. Gets it caught under his feet. Perhaps fouled, but play goes on. Can't find Fisher. Well, it's good pressure though. Well done from Linger with the second efforts. So he's found Mees. Oh yeah, it is a good ball. Oh, it's probably handball. Played on, and Mees' cross is cut out by Booth.
Just on that one, like Sison's been playing with Durazio in midfield, and I think that gives him the confidence to move forward. But because they've dropped Durazio today to make way for Cartwright, I think they've asked Sison just to sit back there.
Yeah, no, it's a good coaching move from Kent. And, yeah, the position for Sison, I think it's he can read the play from that point on the pitch and really have an impact on the play for City's attacks. It's found Gannon on the right. His ball looking for Mees is poor, and Hobart United will go forward through Edia. And he's got Bahane making a dangerous supporting run. He's in behind Egan. Oh, yeah, that's a foul. Is Egan already on a yellow? He's
sure
going to get a yellow.
Who'd he catch? Number 7 then?
It was number 6, Jackson Carsif.
Right.
And Egan has gone into the book.
Oh, he's got a little bit to say there, Luke, to the referee.
It's obviously a first yellow. He's not being sent back into the shed. So
I think Egan's trying to tell me he had a bit of the ball here. Let's have a look.
No, there's a lot of leg and not a lot of ball. So I don't think you can be too disappointed with that one, Shane. But
they got caught forward against Slow.
They did. It's been the times that City have been caught out. The 2 fullbacks have been pressed too high, and yeah, Carsif and Bahane, they've been the big threats going forward for United. We're into the injury time in this first half. It's a dangerous ball, and I think think it was Letico, fluffed his lines at the back post and made absolutely no contact with the ball, and it's sorted out for a goal kick. I reckon that'll be just about it for the first half, Heapy.
Well, Cartwright's looking like he hasn't played for 4 or 5 weeks. He's a class player. He was probably best on ground the first 2 games of the season. He's had a couple of niggling injuries. It'd be great for him to get the run out today, but he's just getting caught a metre off his man.
You can't see him getting through 90 minutes at this stage. Again, Gannon's positioning is leaving something to be desired, and he's left the United player with a free header, so they'll go forward through David, who plays it out for Hawthorn, but his pass is well forward. Oh, they are in real trouble with me. Oh, it's a great ball. Oh, that's 3-1. Gannon's got 2, and he's happy with his effort. The little man, he's a small man, he's got a header goal.
Did I mention moving Gannon out after about the 25-minute mark? Did I think that was a great idea, Luke?
I'll tell you what, Heapy, you and me both, we sat here shocked at the decision, and it's been an absolute masterstroke. They've gone from 1-0 down to 3-1 up in the space of 20 minutes. It's been an unbelievable turnaround from Launceston City at this stage. It's a real shame for Hobart United because they come to play. They're really good for 25 minutes and they are looking absolutely devastated going into this half-time interval.
And if you're wondering why Young Lees was Young Player of the Year last year,
that's
one
why.
is the goal. That's a class.
That is a smashing ball. He's picked out Gannon, who's, without being rude, he's a short-statured man.
Yes.
And he's, the ball from Mees could not have been any better, and the finish was perfect as well. So Canberra sends it back for Letico. He plays it to Booth. Half-time can't be far away. So we've now played 48 minutes. That's a check of the watch from the referee.
Yeah.
And there it is. Half-time. That third goal for Launceston City on the cusp of half-time was massive for how this game is going to pan out. I think it is a very, very long way back for Hobart United at this stage. But they've shown us going forward they are a threat. So if they can link a couple of plays together, they can get that touch in the box right, they are absolutely a chance to get back into this one. But at this stage, half-time, Buckby Landrover Park in the quarterfinals of the Lakoseljac Cup. Launceston City lead 3-1, 3 goals from Gannon by 2, and a header from Noah Mees. And the goal scorer for Hobart United was Abel Mahane, and that is it. 3-1, half-time at Buckby Landrover Park.
Now, I think City will be relieved going in at half-time after the first half hour of that game. They managed to crawl back on top of Hobart United.
Got the first half highlights here flashing up on our screen. So
right,
that was the foul that Mees committed, and that was a foul, apparently.
Was it? Searching ball. Oh, here's the free kick.
This was a dangerous ball that United couldn't capitalise on.
That was early on. They looked dangerous.
That was early. I thought they settled better in the game, and it proved by them taking the lead in the end. That was a tame ball on the left from Campbell, which was easily gathered by Booth.
He's just testing that left foot. I think it need a bit of testing, Luke, that left foot. What have we got here, Luke? Oh, that's the one where the boy left the foot in. Didn't like that.
Nico wasn't a fan of that one.
And that was a searching ball. Egan's looked pretty good. He's been busy on the right. They've kept him honest, haven't they?
He's been out of position a couple of times, but he's been good going back, and he's made a couple of brilliant sliding tackles. That was the slice of cheese for Scott with the leg left in.
3 slices of cheese. Look, we spoke about that before the game. They won't be happy with that.
So it's 3 of the back 4 for City that have the cards. So that's also a bit of a dilemma as well. So they'll have to keep their legs tucked in for the challenges in the second half.
And what we're watching here is the fighting qualities of Hobart United. I like this this chap in midfield. Oh well, he was had a hug there, but he's been busy all day.
He has. He's been good. This is a set piece that you and I thought at the time someone should have attacked, and there was no one forthcoming for that. But
and I apologise to viewers, I don't have the players' names for Hobart United. Luke's got those. I'll just go by the numbers. But no, they've been very good today. Very good. So if we go through this list, Luke, of Hobart United, who have you been impressed with?
Oh, this is the goal scorer, Abel Bahane. He was a big threat, and Jackson Carsiff down the left. He's looked pretty menacing with a couple of dangerous runs, but yeah.
Shabir Hassan, that's that number 7, and number 6, Koshis Jackson on the left here, giving Egan a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, Shabir as well, as you mentioned, he's been pretty good, but he's probably not quite strong enough. The centre backs for City are quite strong and sturdy. Liam Scott's obviously a very experienced player, having come from South Hobart and played a couple of seasons in Melbourne as well. So obviously the strikers of United, they're pacey and they're quick, so they'll be looking for those the longer balls. But
and of course,
they have played some nice football, and they're probably a bit unlucky to be 3-1 down. I don't think 3-1's probably an accurate reflection of the game to this point, but that's football sometimes, and City will be more than happy with their 3-1 lead, I think.
That's a good point, Luke. I think you got for City 35 minutes of an okay game. They wouldn't be happy with it, and then 10 minutes of a little bit of magic at the end.
Yeah.
Now, we've been watching on this half, so when they swap around, we'll get a good view of some of the Hobart United players we haven't seen before. It's a bit hard from here to see the ones on the far side.
It has, yeah.
But I've been impressed with 7 and 6 over here, and the boy through the middle, the playmaker there, he's been very good as well. Canberra. What about Harry Booth in goals?
Yeah, well, he couldn't have done a lot about the goals. Perhaps the second one he probably stitched himself up a little coming for it was a corner for City, and it was the ball at the front post that he come for and didn't quite get to. The header was popped up into the box, and he was all at sea, and Mees had a simple finish, so probably contribute that one a bit to him. But besides that, the 2 goals for the other 2 goals for City, he can no fault of his own, and when he's been called upon, his positioning's been good. He's been out of his box quickly to gather and clear, and yeah, he'd be probably disappointed to have conceded 3, as any keeper would be, but under the circumstances, I don't think he can be too disappointed.
So Hobart United have taken the game up to City in midfield, but they've been most dangerous on the break, where City are slow to get back from the corner of the free kick. Harry Booth there took that one off Meesy's head, and they broke very quickly.
Yeah,
down
so that was
inside.
the goal. Like as we said, City could have easily, that was a dangerous ball, and they could have took the lead there, but it wasn't to be. And Booth released it quickly, and Carsiff and Bahane and co ran upfield, bullet a gate, and they put it in. There was a brilliant finish from Bahane past Giansopoulos. It's one of the few goals that City have conceded so far this season, so they'll be, at least they've not going home with nothing.
So it's great to see also the Hobart United supporters here, and also their sponsor there, Bulk Nutrients. Got their flags up there around the dugout, and it's good to see sponsors get involved with local football. But very well coached, very disciplined Hobart United at half-time. A little bit unlucky to be 3-1 down, but plenty of time in the second half if they've got the legs to take it up to Launceston.
Yeah, as the old adage goes, if one team can score 3.5, then the other team certainly can. So Hobart United will have to come into the second half with that mindset and hope for the best, that they can put in a reasonable performance and claw a couple back and send this one to extra time or take the result for themselves.
Now, if you were a fly on the wall in the City dressing room right now, Luke, I can tell you that City won't be getting the plaudits for their position at the moment. I think the coach would be quite upset with some of the space they've given up. Definitely
the first half an hour, I think they'll cop a reasonable spray, but despite the poor start, they bounce back, and you can't take anything away from that. So despite the start, I think Kent overall will be satisfied.
And a fly on the wall in the Hobart United dressing room, they're listening to a coach saying that he's pleased with their effort. They need to keep going, they need to keep pushing. They've got City on the back foot at times, and they need to be confident and to play the game out. And so you can turn 3-1 around quite quickly. They'll have a little bit of the breeze, I think, this afternoon.
Breeze has picked up a bit, I think. So, yeah, they'll be travelling with the breeze in the second half.
Now, there's a fly also in the referee's room. I wonder what is this. They'll be having a banana and a cup of tea or something, won't they? Discussing those yellow cards.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All there.
Have they had a good game today, the referees? They do a terribly hard job, don't they?
It is a tough job. It's not a job I'd ever commit myself to. So I'm more than happy to be up here in the commentary box and be an armchair player and even an armchair referee at certain points.
Yeah, I think you found your calling here, Luke. You're very good at this. The gift of the gab there. Managed to call out these players. I couldn't call a Melbourne Cup. I wouldn't have a clue. It'd be the brown horse leading the white horse, you know. And but you're very good at that. What about Buckby Park here? They've done a lot of work on the ground, the council. It's taken a couple of years to turn it around. We've had a lot of rain in through March and it stood up really well.
It's held up very well. So last year they did the redevelopment, unfortunately very late in the pre-season. So it left us probably, one, without training on our pitch, and two, unable to actually play here at the start of the season. So played quite a few away games during the season. It was very sandy, very boggy when we finally did get a game here. But can't fault it at the moment. It's looking absolutely marvellous. The drainage is sensational, and if it holds up like this for the whole season, teams will be delighted to come and play at Buckby Landrover Park.
Now, a couple of housekeeping things. Luke, did you bring the sandwiches and a cup of tea? Did I email you about that? Did you get that email?
It was a bit of a late memo, unfortunately, Heppy, so we'll be left hungry for the second half.
And the other one is, what was, I think, the scores from the other grounds. We don't get them up here. Have you got your phone there?
I don't know if there's any other games on today, to be honest. I think
they're
they're on tomorrow.
Who's on tomorrow?
I know Devonport play
those
South
Zebras
Hobart
and South
tomorrow.
Hobart and those guys. They got a tough draw, didn't they?
They did. So the draw as it stood went, so Taroona are playing Rangers tomorrow up in Launceston at the NTCA ground.
Mm-hmm.
So Taroona done some damage through the rounds thus far. They've scored
big scores.
They put double figures past Lonnie United, and they went on to score 7 in the second round against University. So they'll be a big threat to Rangers. They definitely shouldn't be taken lightly. And then the four powerhouses of the competition are all drawing each other. So I believe Devonport drew Olympia, and Zebras are taking on South. So two of the big powerhouses of the competition will be wiped out, and from there, who knows what can happen.
So what are your predictions for those games? You got any predictions?
I believe, Olympia are playing Devonport. I believe Devonport will go through in that one. They'll take a 2-0 win. And I think Zebras and South will be an absolutely cracking match. And I think South Hobart, excuse my poor tongue, will go through in extra time, and it'll be a goal fest.
Now, I'm completely on the page with you. The teams are coming out now, so Jules are only 3 or 4 minutes away from a start. I think Olympia aren't fit enough. They looked terribly unfit against Zebras the other day. Now, I might be being unkind there, as it's hard to tell on the telly, but it's lovely to get the games live streamed, by the way. But Devonport are a strong side, and I think they'll overrun them. And again, we played South Hobart last week. I think they're a terrific team. Yeah,
South Hobart, obviously, they've been the benchmark of Tasmanian football for years on end, and that just, to this day, absolutely continues. But Zebras, they're making a claim to be the perennial powerhouse of the competition, and that game that'll definitely be one to watch, and the result from that one will be mouth-watering, to say the least.
Zebras have got the best-looking coach, best dressed. He's quite fashionable there, the Italian. I looked up the word for a group of zebras, but I've forgotten what it was. It was
a herd.
A herd. Is it a herd?
I think so.
Is it as boring as that?
I think so. I can't see it being any different to a... You never know. I might have gotten that one wrong, but who knows?
They've got a great attacking group of players there.
Yeah, very, very strong going forward down the pitch. So obviously something South Hobart will have to look out for tomorrow. But if South Hobart can keep Lonnie at City Bay for 90 minutes, they can keep anyone at Bay for 90 minutes.
That's true. Now the camera man's gone for a sandwich. Do you think they'll bring us a sandwich back? And you may have noticed, viewers, that City are out and about early.
City have come out quite early. There's no
Any
no
changes
officials.
there?
And,
Have you had a look through them there?
no, they're all the same for City coming out of the sheds. All the subs are out having a kick at half time. Keep themselves fresh. We've got Wixie, Vinny, Joey Durazio and Lockie Clark on the bench. And there's another one who's out of my vision at this point.
Oh, Reese will be down there. Gould? Is that how you say Gould? Gould?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese will be there. It's a strong bench for City. I think that's the difference this year with them. They've got
great depth.
They've got good squad of 16 and they're fit. And that makes all the difference. I don't know if they're world beaters at this stage, but if they can keep this group of players together, I think
Down
they'll
the line.
develop, won't they? Takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, as you say, it's very much a new group for Lonnie City this year. They've a large number of additions to the squad, as well as the household names of Launceston City have been here for an age and a day. So, Hobart United have returned from the sheds and they're looking ready and raring to go. And short, not far behind them are the officials. So, just moments away from kick-off in the second half with City leading 3-1.
A little bit of bounce has gone from their step there, Luke. I hope that's not a sign of the second half. A dazzle or a zeal of zebras?
Well, there you go.
Zebras?
We've had a message in from a viewer, and a group of zebras is not a herd, so I was wrong. I've made a bit of a mockery of myself. They are, in fact, what they call either a zeal or a dazzle.
Beautiful.
So I'm not sure if I'm being had on there, but thank you for Bryce for sending in that very important fact.
We've got Devonport Strikers next week, and then we've got a dazzle of zebras the following week.
We will face the zeal of zebras.
So we need a bit of razzle to match their dazzle.
Tell you what, if that catches on, the dazzle of zebras.
What about
it's almost fitting. Almost fitting. The razzle-dazzle of Hobart Zebras Football Club. I reckon we've given their social media team an absolute goldmine there to go on with. So thank you to Bryce for sending in that fact. And it appears that Hobart United are going to make a sub here. Should be it. That knee that we mentioned, Heapy, it's struck him down. And coming on is number 9, which is...
I've folded all this up. That's Launceston City. Here we
that
go.
won't help you.
Luke. No. Number 9
is David
Nikimmeyer. Well, viewers, get back in your seats. Put the cup of tea back down on the coffee table. We're about to start here. The referee will get us underway, Luke.
Yes, 3-1 here at Buckby Landrover Park, and Hobart United get us underway. So that change, which should be going off, and Nakimwa coming on.
Nicely called, Luke. Nicely called.
I think he will have gone up front. Is it a like-for-like substitution? I can't find him on the pitch at the moment. Oh, there he is, over on the far side. How can you miss him with those bright orange boots, Heapy?
That's it. City playing 3 across the back at the start of the second half. We'll see how this pans out.
It is 4. Egan's just a touch higher.
Has he? Gone for a walk.
Oh, it's caught under the feet of LDR. Good body from Campbell. Oh, it's a cheeky little turn. I think it's a foul. It is not a foul. Oh, there's 2 very early calls from the referees there. We did obviously still got their head in the change rooms, but anyway. Cartwright can't gather that one up for City. And Akimwa has his first impact on the game. And it's a strike from that man Bahane, but it's down the throat of Giansopoulos. So the first shot in anger for Hobart United in the second half. Not a threat to City.
At home, if they watch Liam's header there, instead of heading it down to green shirts, he popped it up in the air to give his defenders time to get back.
He did, absolutely. So, yeah, great composure there from Liam Scott. He's a seasoned campaigner and he's been a magnificent addition to this City squad. So Millington played it out to Campbell. It's a bit short, but he gets there in time to send it forward. Fishers with the press. Ooh, is it a slip? No, it's a clip. So it's a foul from Fisher on... It was on Canberra.
On Canberra.
Our man Canberra.
Yes.
So he plays a short little ball to Mabu. He's played it back to Letico, the skipper, who led from the front in the first half. He was good in at centre-back, Heapy. It's a strong contest there. Liam's won it. He's played it to Fisher. He's found Mees. Mees striding forward. Really shoot. It's taking his sweet time, and then it's a poor pass. So that's where the inexperience is with Noah Mees. Obviously, lots of talent, Heapy, but not quite the full package at this stage.
No, there is a criticism. It's his time on the ball there and a little bit of vision, but they'll come quickly to him. I wouldn't mind being 6'4" with his skills, though. He just needs to get his head down. He could be a quality player.
Yeah, a bit of a lack of awareness, but as you said, time in the game it'll come. There's great awareness
ball,
there.
right?
So
beautiful.
He's made us eat our words there. Campbell.
He's looking for his right foot.
Good strong body there. Swings onto his right. It's a good clearing header. Syson didn't come to the ball. It's a good touch from Dew. He's played it to the substitute in the Kimwa, and he's played it back to Dew. It's a good little 1-2 there between the boys. He's just got the one man to pick out. He couldn't do it, and Egan will repel for City. A nice little foray forward for United there, Heapy, early in the second half.
Yeah, and you can see why Hobart United are doing well. Their players run into space, and if you're playing championship and they're playing the ball around well and running into space, no wonder they're doing well.
So Booth plays it out, and it's sent long. It's well read by Scott. He opts to chest it down and play it back for Jan Soplis, and it's a comfortable touch forward back to Scott. He'll push on forward. No, he won't.
That's another one for the kids there. Just watch Liam Scott if you're at home, young fellas. Number 15 there, and he makes everything look easy. Good players make things look easy.
It's played for Egan, out from the left from Syson. He's played back to Millington. Oh, sorry, that's Scott. They've swapped. Can't keep up. He plays it back to Gene Topley, who then finds Millington. There he is.
And City is saying if you want to get these goals back, United, you'll have to come up and get the ball.
Oh, it's a big swinging leg from Awabu. Oh, it's a super ball from Meeslinger on the left. Plays. Oh, he cuts back on the right. Oh, it's a good save from Booth. Gannon was on the penalty spot looking for a hat trick, but Linger went himself. I'm sure he'll hear about that one later. It's a good contest, and it's well won by Egan. He's a brick wall on the right-hand side, Heapy, and I think he's definitely a valuable member of this City team.
Yeah, and Linger's another one. Linger's a young player. He pops those into the fishing net every now and then, doesn't he, Luke? He's a good player.
He's probably got what Noah's lacking, and Meesy's probably got what Jazz is lacking. So between the two, they're going to be the mainstays of this City team for a long time to come. It's broken for Cartwright, but he can't quite gather it in. Syson's there, though. He plays it out to Gannon. It's a little tinky flick. Comes to Syson, who plays it out for Gannon, the number 18. Lots of superstars in the number 18 shirt, Heapy.
Yep. Now those two boys we mentioned, if you write their names down along with Dorazio and Dyer, there's a big future there for City. Some good players coming through.
Not only that, we also have Clark on the bench and not featured in the squad today. Alex Turner, Nick Thorne. So there's lots of young talent at City.
Yes.
And it's looking forward to seeing that come through in the coming seasons. United have done well through, and it's worked through to Dew, but Egan tracking back has won it again for City. So it's United have come out of the sheds pretty well, in all honesty, Heapy.
Yeah, but, and they don't run offside, which is interesting.
Definitely a trailing leg left in there on me, so it'll be a foul for City. But yeah, as you said, there is a substitution here. I'm not sure.
Is this Cartwright coming off? Yeah, look, he's been out for 4 or 5 weeks, Luke.
The shirt straight off, and Cartwright's going straight to the showers.
He's not happy about that, which is natural, but Dorazio will have to wait now for Cartwright. Referee wants, he might even book him for taking his shirt off. I hope not. Oh, that's a bit silly. Just have a word, ref. You don't need the cheese here. Oh, that's good. That's good.
It is. I reckon he's heard you from afar.
Yeah.
So Joey Dorazio, the name we just mentioned, another one of City's young talents. He's coming on. So he'll slot into centre midfield. He's a good young player. He scored an absolutely cracking goal down at Olympia just a fortnight ago, and it sent City on their way that day. So he'll be looking to have... He's got 40 minutes to have an impact on this one, Heapy. What do you reckon
But he's gone straight to the front line. Jesus telling him to sit there in midfield, but after scoring that cracker, I think he's sniffing for another one.
If this falls out to Joey D'Orazio, look out, because he can put it in from anywhere.
And we're just talking about this young group of players coming through, and he's another one, number 5. Keep an eye on him.
So we've got Gannon over the dead ball again. So we'll be looking to find the heads of Mees and Fisher and Egan. Lots of big boys for the City forwards. Hopefully they can attack this one. It's another good delivery. Mees did attack it, but he couldn't get a good piece of it. D'Orazio has his first impact on the game. He plays it back to Gannon, who backtracks to the wing and sends it all the way back to Giansopoulos. Don't mind that. It's good to restart the play sometimes, and it forces Hobart United to shift and work out what City are going to do going forward. Campbell's gone for a bit more than he can chew there, and it hasn't paid off.
He's not trying that left foot, is he? He didn't try it there. No, he switched to the right foot. Nice touch there, Luke, by our playmaker, number 8. Ooh. That'll be a City ball.
That was chested out by the goal scorer, Bahane, and it'll be City throwing for Egan out on the far right.
City will be happy with the momentum, the pace of the game at the moment. It's dropped, and they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. City have started this half a whole lot better than they started the second, so the 3 goals in the final 10 minutes obviously sent them in a good mood, and they've come out in a positive frame of mind, and they're looking a far better side than they were in the early stages of the first half.
Now you notice D'Orazio there will drop back to where Syson was sitting, and Syson will come forward.
Yeah, so Syson will be relishing that opportunity to be a bit more attacking in his play. Joey D'Orazio is a strong young man, and he'll be more than capable of holding that defensive midfield spot with aplomb.
Yeah, I think that's the secret. You've got to trust these young blokes. If you want to get them make that bridge from junior to senior football, they're all 18
very
now.
well won by Carsif over on the right. It's a great header.
You've got to play these 17, 18-year-olds in the NPL. You've got
Absolutely.
To get them
time in the bodies, experience, it all comes to the fore in the end, and it's better for the club in the long run. So it's a good throw from Egan, and Mees has brought down, used his strength. It's good. Again, a bit more than he could chew on that occasion. Mawabu has turned and propped in midfield. It's a long ball over the top. Campbell has it covered. Giansopoulos has it covered, and no threat. But it is a great chance to break for City. Mawabu there was the substitute. And
that's
Nick
poor
Nikinwa.
ball.
Campbell has again left himself open to response. He's not pressed back enough, but D'Orazio's there. Campbell gets back in support now. Played across to Dew. Dew turns on the top of the box, looking for his right, looking for some space. It's a good ball out to the number 10, who is offside by a lengthy margin. So it's LDR there that's straight offside, and a couple of expletives being shouted by Kent, who's less than impressed with the last couple of passes from Campbell at this stage, Heapy.
No, they were poor. And there'll be a $5 fine there to Soupy. He'll cop it though.
It was well won from Hawthorn. It was a good contest, and it's pinched. LDR with the back heel that comes off from Mawabu. It's well kept into Hawthorn, who sends it over the top, but no one there for United, and Lindsay Millington will cut that one out and send it to Giansopoulos, and City will get it started again.
Gee, looks comfortable there, Millington.
He's been very solid today. Can't fault him for the goal on his part, and but whenever he's been called upon, he's shown mountains of composure, and he's playing his role very well for City today.
Well, I think they're giving them the composure tablet at half time because they look much better. They didn't start very composed.
It's a super switch from Mees. Lingers in. Could be 4. It's Hawthorn made the ground up.
Just that first
puts
touch.
It out for a corner. It wasn't terrible, but he won't be happy with himself, Linger, and he'll be looking to make amends. But it was a super switch from Mees, and the supporting run from Linger was just what you could have asked for, but again, that final touch in the 18-yard box wasn't all there, but City...
He's a tough critic as well on himself.
He's very hard on himself.
He won't be happy with that.
I think City definitely gained the ascendancy in this one. Good ball. Gannon for 3, no. Well blocked. And Scott clears to Linger. He plays it back to Giansopoulos.
They're slow coming out still. they're not getting. Hobart have dropped the pressure, but City really need to come out quicker from
Gets over the top. Ooh,
dead
it's
ball
a
situation.
foul. Scott is holding his head in anguish. May have copped an elbow, but the ref hasn't seen it that way.
He's having a chat. Here comes the replay. Luke, what do you make of this?
Oh, he's kicked him in the head.
Oh, the foot came. Bit of a gymnast.
Yeah, I don't think it was all. Don't think it was his fault, but
No malice in that.
no, not at all. But nevertheless,
Big shoulder by Millington.
great strength from Lindsay Millington. He's cut that one out and not received favourably by. Oh, Mees has done well. Can he get there before Booth? He did, but he couldn't quite control it. Booth's high and dry. If he to cough it up, that's good composure. He finds the skipper, let it go, and Hobart United will clear. And they've gone back. They've done this a couple of times, Heapy. They've cleared themselves, and then they've put themselves back under the pump.
Gone back into the circle.
Yeah, they've eventually sorted it out for a throw-in, but I think going forward, that's something they'll want to address.
Now, I don't want to bring this up too early, Luke, but I think they run out of puff, United. No, it's just starting to show. Whoa.
Again, the composure from Millington's superb there, and he plays Campbell down on the left. But yeah, I'm
They're pressing,
getting towards
they're pressing in the first half hour was sensational.
It was. I think there was a bit of an unfortunate shock to the system for City to score 3 in 10 minutes after City being on, in all honesty, quite poor, and for them to score 3 goals in 10 minutes was definitely a letdown for United. But yeah, they're slowly seeping out of this one, Heapy.
Now Campbell's pushed right up the centre forward, so we just watched this number 9 out here on the right again. Get the ball out here. Oh, that was a big tackle. Liam is not happy about that one.
The referee appeared to be playing advantage, but I'm not sure how it could have been. Oh yeah, studs up on the shin.
Studs up. No, we don't like studs up, ladies and
He's
gentlemen.
gotten away with it, but Jan Sopoulos is none too pleased with that one. He's having afters with the ref. Scott's having afters with the ref. I
Nico
reckon
would have looked straight down the line at that, so he's seen it. He's seen the studs.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
think
he's not happy.
we've got the foul. It's all good and well to have a yarn, but
Get on with it.
yeah, the position they're in is probably not required. So anyway, maybe it was offside. Maybe that's what happened.
Offside.
She's got a.
Yep, she's given offside.
Perhaps that's what it was. No foul in it, Heapy. That's
No.
why we're
What does
here.
Nico know?
That's why we're here, and the refs on the pitch. And
Maybe in Toronto, Canada, it was a foul, but not in Australia.
assistant ref has had a big shake of her head there. She's obviously not impressed with how. Oh, Campbell's finally gone for that left. Oh, Ken Mees. No, he can't. So it's cleared. The substitute knocks it back to Hawthorn. And Linger cuts it out in midfield for City. So and unaware there. Lack of communication from the City midfielder. And Mawaba will press forward for United. He beats Dorazio once, but doesn't do it twice. And Dorazio clears it for a throw-in, which will be taken by Kimwa.
Dorazio's all over that defensive midfield. Allows Syson to push forward, and he just cleaned up for him again.
Big vicious thunder knee there from Lindsay Millington. Clears it for another throw.
What you got to realise with Mees too, Luke, if people watching Mees, he's a big unit. He needs a little bit of space. So sometimes he beats a player and he runs out of space, so he can look a bit tight. You know? If you get him out with a bit of space, he's very quick.
Yeah, the long leads, once they get going. Or Gannon, well played in by Mees. City have got numbers forward. He's gone for the chip.
Audacious.
Poor option there, in my opinion, Andrew. But anyway, we get the opportunity to have a little bit of a look at it. It's a great turn from Nakimwa. He sent Campbell straight out to the bin.
Here's our playmaker. Nice.
Canberra takes his time, assesses the options, finds Nakimwa out on the right.
He'll drop that right shoulder. Away he goes.
Bahane's lands to shoot. He launches his left. Oh, it's a great play. Dew couldn't quite find the return ball. And Campbell out on the left will gather it up for City. Goes long over the top. Mees is in a contest with the centre half. He wins it, plays it for Fisher. They get caught up amongst themselves and Hawthorn runs down the wing for United. Oh, it's a good ball. He's in behind Campbell there. Nakimwa, the sub, what can he produce with the cross? Good coverage. Big double jump in from Campbell there. Hobart United fans not impressed. The referee didn't care much about it. There was no contact made, but it's probably not the wisest move there from Campbell, but no harm done in the end. Nakimwa touches to Bahane. He finds Jude, back to Bahane. Held away with a big scoop, and it's cleared by Scott.
To Hobart United, taking it up to City there. Yeah,
they found a little bit of extra puff in the end, Andrew, so not out of this one yet.
I love the way they run off the ball.
So there's a good switch executed there from Egan, then to Linger. Fisher runs at defenders. He shapes. Oh, can he get it to Gannon? He can. A good first time ball. Mees is. Oh, he shaped a volley. I reckon he needed to attack that for the header. But it's well cleared by Hawthorn. He finds. Unsure who that is, but Nakimwa plays it in the middle. It's a good foot in there from Linger, and it's down the line for Mees again. There's hands in his back, and he's bundled over, and it is a foul.
Mees was looked like a cat looking at the cream when that ball came over.
It nearly broke. He went to ground and the foul was given, but that's all right. So Syson looks to finally going to get the opportunity to whip a dead ball in. Gannon's going to leave this one for him.
There was Joe Durazio again. He was moving up. Just had to tell him, get back in your box.
Yeah, that's another experience thing there, Heapy. So
yeah, stay home. That's a good run.
Down the throw to Booth. Liam Scott's made a big run, and he's currently out of position. But he's working hard back now.
I think he's caught
ball over
number
the top
7.
for Medico. He's dangerous. He's beaten away behind. Oh, Durazio, the good second effort. And he'll get a goal kick, I believe, that one. No, it's a corner. See from the replay, perhaps. Durazio, he's fought back well. Looked at Bahane had beaten him. I'm not sure who that's off, so fair enough that it's a corner.
And Durazio was able to recover there.
He was.
Went a little bit early with his tackle.
It looked like he was beaten and that Hobart United were going to get the shot off, but he worked back very well, Joey Durazio, and he cut out the attack. So
they've just lifted the last.
They have. Ever since we said they probably ran out of puff, they're like, get stuffed, boys. We're back in this one. So the corner is not a major threat. It's quite high in the box, and Egan clears long. He's found Fisher. There's a lot of space for Fisher, and Fisher will eat this up. Hawthorn's got a bit of pace, but he's not got enough pace for Fisher. Oh, it's a good intervention from, again, I'm unsure who that is. He'll turn to me. It was Jackson Carsiff. He's been good, Carsiff. He's playing more defensive in the second half, so I'm not sure if that was a change at half-time, but he was definitely one of the ones driving Hobart United forward in the first half, so a tactical change, perhaps.
Yeah, nothing like a centre forward on a run there, and we've got a good view of it there on the camera.
It's a great run from Fisher,
great tackle.
But it was good support from Carsiff, and the hassling from Hawthorn all the way was outstanding. So lots of tricks. Oh, he's Meg Durazio, and the Hobart United crowd have let them know.
Just let him know.
That's sensational. Durazio will be thinking about that one when he goes to sleep tonight. Anyway, Hobart United press forward. Canberra, it's gone through Canberra. It's found its way to Mwabu. He presses on. He beaten Syson. It's quite a run. He's found a player in an offside position. So it's nullify that threat for City there, Heapy.
Yeah, that's a new part of their game, getting caught offside, and I think that's what happens when the adrenaline dies down a bit and fitness comes into it. City are lacking a little bit of adrenaline, for this game. Like, I'm a bit disappointed with their, with the pace of the game. They seem to be standing off Hobart United, giving them a lot of respect, or being a bit lazy. I'm not sure which it is.
Yeah, probably a bit of both, but probably the preparation's not quite right for this one.
Look at Gannon with his foot on the ball. That was just for Be entertaining the Hobart United supporters over
It was a
there.
bit of a tease, and then he coughed it up in the end, so probably not really worth it in the long run, but
It's more of a futsal thing, isn't it?
it was a bit of, that's the Jared Linger MO, so
Yeah.
probably leave that one on the futsal court, I think. But anyway, we're in the coming up to 67 minutes gone, so 23 minutes left to play. Still 3-1 at Buckby Landrover Park. If you're just joining us, Gannon with 2 for City and Mees a goal after Hobart United went 1-0 on the lead through a goal from Adel Bahane. And since then, it's not been a great deal of action in the second half, in all honesty. It's just been a bit of a nullified contest since the break keeping. But as I say that, United press forward. It's a tame shot from Dew. It was well made in the end, but a comfortable save for Giansopoulos. And City will look to go again down the right-hand side through Liam Scott.
Plenty of endeavour there from Hobart United, which is good. Like you say, yeah, probably the last 10 minutes they've come back into it.
He's left himself short there, Scott, but he's gathered it in. Rightio plays it back to Giansopoulos. Giansopoulos comes across to Millington. He's got Campbell further on the left. It's too slow. Campbell's not got a lot of work rate there. Joey Duratio will pick him out now, though. The pace of City's passing is a bit slow, and because of the slow passing, the pressure that is on that shouldn't be. So if they can get the passes zipping a bit more, I reckon they'll be all over Hobart United like a cheap suit in the latter part of this second half. Oh, it's a good turn from Egan, but he's lost out in the end. Oh, a nice little shake and bake there. Pressing forward, it's a nice run. Duratio chimes in, can't cut it out, but Millington can. And he's got Fisher on the halfway line for City.
He'll drop that and he'll go, Luke.
He will. This will be interesting. Fisher's got it. Oh, he goes past Hawthorn. That's it. That is naughty from Hawthorn. It's as a professional foul as it gets. He's apologetic. Tyler Fisher accepts the hand, but he's not real happy with that one, I wouldn't have thought, Andrew.
No, and it's up to City to take this game by the scruff of the neck. That's better play, isn't it? You know, that was a little bit of quality there.
Yeah, we've seen the 2 times they've been looked real dangerous. It's been Fisher in space going forward on a run, and from there, obviously the first time was a good intervention. That one was an illegal intervention, so that's where it's at for City. Get it to Fisher's feet and let him run.
How about, you know, I got a young coach here, Luke. I just heard him giving a few players a bit of a spray, trying to get them up, which I think's great. It's good to see him here on the sidelines, firing his team up. Gannon's even money to take this.
I reckon there's a fair chance he's going to shoot. He'll be looking for his hat-trick, but I dare say he should be whipping it across. Ooh, Fisher really got a knot on it.
The idea was good.
Wasn't bad. Calls for handball. Personally, didn't think it was there, but Joey Duratio with strength wins out and plays it to his mate Linger. He plays it to his mate Mees, the young trio of Lonnie City. There it is, the spine in the years to come. Anyway, Sison finds Gannon. It's a good switch. It's behind Fisher, so he'll have to work back. But Campbell with a run comes. Bit delayed from... Oh, he doesn't want the left again. That's a poor touch. I think there's a fair chance that Kent is losing his patience with Soupy Campbell, and he may be coming off shortly. But it's Lindsay Millington, best on in my opinion so far. He's cut it out again.
You hardly notice he's there. He's that good, Luke Millington.
Ooh, Campbell's in. No, he's not. Good coverage from the skipper. Let it go.
Yeah, Lindsay Millington looked very comfortable there, isn't it, with that? I think it helps playing with him.
2 in the middle. You enable.
So there's a change up tactically from the Hobart United coach, Daniel Booth. He's sending Bahane into the middle with, I think, Canberra.
Well, he moved down to the coach's run there, and the young referee was not happy with him. Look.
No,
She gave him the stare.
pushing the boundaries he was, Booth, but
He was loud, wasn't he? He was talking over the top of us. Didn't like that.
I think that's the keeper's ball to win, but it's cleared out by Hobart anyway, and Karsif out on the left. There's obviously some It's great to see the Hobart United fans so passionate about their football. Great support for their club. They've come a long way to play today. Long trip up the Midlands Highway, so brilliant to see that support for a smaller club in the state.
Gannon just telling the referee everything he knows about refereeing, which took about 15 seconds. He's looked better today out there, hasn't he? Great move, that. Because he's only been in a couple of weeks. He struggled a bit last week in midfield.
It's a long ball over the top. It's well read by Millington and left for Jansopoulos, who gathers comfortably at the top of the box. It's,
he was brought straight in for the South Hobart game, stuck in the middle of the park. That's a hard ask for anyone, but he looks very comfortable out there.
It's a brave call, that from Kent, putting him straight in for a clash with South Hobart. It didn't come unstuck, it didn't pay off, but nevertheless, Hawthorn switched to the left. He's gone forward. He looks dangerous. It's a good ball to Wabu. He's in a lot of space. Oh, he's gone for the cross. I think he should have shot. And it's cleared by Doratio. I'm not sure about from Wabu that heapy. I think he should have been a bit selfish there. Anyway.
Should have taken it himself.
Bahane's gathered. He plays it back to that man, Mawabu. It's good strength from Scott, and he wins it. Mawabu's given him a bit of afters. It's a well-composed header back from David, and the skipper, Letico, he looks to clear, and he does so. It's a 50-50 ball, which is one. Oh, that's a great challenge from Egan. It's a super tackle. Gannon's on the right.
I saw the glint in his eye from here, Luke.
It's an aggressive ball, and Syson couldn't gather it in. Don't think it was meant for Syson, in all honesty. Great skills from the centre-back, David, running it out from defence.
That was good to watch. He's still going.
Good football. David on a gallivanting run for the centre-back. What has he got? He plays it through for Bahane. Oh, Jude. Oh,
just one too many. Just one
superb
too
play
many.
from Hobart United. Unfortunate not to find a finished product, but that was brilliant play. They had City all at sea. The football was, the one-touch play was sensational. Oh, bloody brilliant run from David from the centre half position, and unfortunately for United, couldn't quite come off. But
Nico doing the right thing here, just slowing the pace of the game down.
So Millington plays for Fisher on the left. He charges into the middle. He's left to right, so with a bit to get done, but he's done the job, and it's a brave ball from Millington. Mees turns. He's got Campbell offering support. He finds him.
He'll come back on his right foot. Oh, I don't know what that was.
That's our man Camber. Heapy. He's come in with a big diving slide tackle, and I think he's being stopped on inadvertently by Campbell, but it was great trickery from Campbell there to
three-step dance move. I quite like the second one. I'm not sure about the first one.
Step over through the man's not something I've seen before, and there was a Maradona that was that left Camber with the unfortunate tackle through the back, but so Gannon again on the set piece.
They like him on the set piece.
Yeah, he's a quality player from the dead ball situation, so we'll whip this one in. Oh, it's dangerous to the front. Oh, Fisher couldn't quite rise high enough. Syson gets his body in the way, wins the ball. Goes all the way back to Jansopoulos. Nice touch back to Syson.
Ooh, don't like that, Luke, but anyway.
It's a risky ball, but it's a good ball in the end, and can't ask for much more. The execution was good.
That's smart. Take the pressure off.
Booth has come a long way for this one. If the clearance... No, the
he
clearance
likes that ball, Booth, doesn't he?
Soup can get a shot off here. He doesn't go for it in the end. Probably fair enough with the breeze. He's gone for a big switch, but he's had a bit of a battle in the second half, old Soupy Campbell. So
he has, and he's having an interesting game, an up and down game. Jansopoulos.
He gets away with that one because that was poor.
Now, I can't repeat what Kent is going to say to Nico. Nico's a big boy, so there'll be a couple of $5 fines in there, and a bit of a blast from our coach.
You can probably hear it in the mic, folks. Kent is livid with that play from City. Probably a little bit of complacency there with the minutes wearing on, but
Nico's obviously bored, trying to brighten things up for himself.
Probably not how he wants to be going about it, though, I think. So Mees is looking for Linger, can't quite pick him out. It's cleared well, but that man Millington there again to cut out the attack for City. He goes for the long... Oh, Meesy, get on the run, son. What are you doing there? Just backtracking.
Now, he's pulled Gannon to the left. What do you think about that, Luke?
We've got to work out and out, I think, Heavey, because obviously Jez knows more about him than we do because he's played in the middle, he's played on the left, he's played on the right. So maybe
if Nico keeps it up, it will put him in goal in a minute.
Probably a bit of a learning curve. Obviously, it's only his second game for the club, so we've got to find where he can play and how many different roles we can utilise him in. If the obviously, it's a good opportunity to try him in some different locations on the pitch. So, pretty smart tactically from Kent, in my opinion.
We're up to 77 minutes there, Lex. So probably with injury time, probably 15 minutes to go.
Yep.
It'll be an interesting 15 minutes. I don't think City will be too happy about this. This isn't one they'll watch back.
No, still plenty.
The game's still there.
Plenty of time for Hobart United. If Liverpool can concede 2 to West Brom in 15 minutes, then Lonnie City can definitely concede 2 to Hobart United. But that's a well-read ball over the top from Giansopoulos, and he gathers comfortably. Again, as you said, mentioned before, Heapy taking the quench out of the game and taking his time to gather it up, which is very smart, shows his experience.
He's got experience and confidence, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's only young. He's only 23, 24 himself, so he's still got his prime years ahead. That's one's into the sun for Egan to deal with. He's controlled it brilliantly. That's a super touch on the chest. Plays it in for Fisher. Fisher running at defence. Hobart United will be in trouble if he gets onto his left. He does. He shoots. But it's wide. Finds the post peg at the back, holding the net up, so it can't have been far away. It's, if you're an NPL side out there watching that, do not let Tyler Fisher run because he is dangerous. That's he gets his shooting boots on, he can quite easily score 4 or 5 in a day. So
yeah, Egan looked good there, didn't he? Movie star sort of play out there on the right. He's enjoying himself out there.
That chest control was brilliant. You won't see any chest control better than that.
Yeah.
Hobart United looking to go forward through Bahane. He's found Mwabu, plays it back to David. David's playing a lot more attacking now, so perhaps they've gone to all-out attack on the FIFA. And so they're obviously throwing everything at City here. Not quite coming off. Ooh, not sure what's happened there. Is that a pass back? The official's flagged, so obviously there's going to be a...
He's not happy about
It's going to be a...
He's going to come and ask her the question.
An indirect free kick in the box, I think. So if we have a look at the replay, Millington's gone to play. He has touched it back to Giansopoulos.
Has he?
Giansopoulos has dived on it. I don't know if it can be a pass back or a...
Because it's away from the goal. Don't know about that one.
Not sure. It's a bit of an odd one, but anyway, regardless of what we think, Hobart United are going to have an indirect free kick in the box.
I think our viewers, Brian especially, was it Brian? He should have looked that one up for us. Bryce, get onto that one. Get back to us on that. What you thought about that?
Get on the rules of football and get back to us on that one. But
they call a
the referee's probably called it right. I think it's probably Millington played the ball, so it's probably there. It's a bit of a suspect one, but nevertheless, it is what it is. And Hobart United have a good chance here to get one back with 10 minutes to play. So obviously it's an indirect free kick, so it needs a touch. So Giansopoulos has gone into the book.
What for?
That's a great question, Andrew. Not one that I can answer.
I thought... Yeah, replay. Let's have
They're going to get another crack at it.
He
so he's come forward.
A metre.
So he's come forward.
Yeah.
So cheeky from Giansopoulos. He won't be time wasting anymore because
it's when he jumps. Let's see when he jumps. Just what was this back? We're back live here, I think. Giansopoulos won't move this time.
So it's Bahane.
There's another yellow card. Liam's got one. Is that 2 for Liam? Didn't he get one earlier today? A bit of confusion here. We're a little bit away from it. A little bit of motion out there. But I don't know. Kent's telling them to get on with it. And Syson's in there telling them to stay out of it, Liam.
I think that was actually Roger Mees with his 2 cents worth there. But nevertheless, the point stands. Scott raises his head to the heavens.
He should stay out of it.
I'm not sure who the card was for, but if it... Letico can't scramble it in. Canberra! Well cut out by Millington again. Canberra, oh, that was a big chance. United. Oh.
A replay of this. If you've ever played pinball, Luke, this is what the game is like. Watch this. Bing.
It's a great it's a good save there. It's fallen. Letico had a good chance to ping it in here.
Bing.
Can't do so. Cleared by the City defender, Millington, again, and then he gets up and then blocks the shot coming in from Canberra. So, and in the meantime, we've completely missed the corner. So there you have it, folks. We are all over the show here.
Here comes the corner to the far post.
David won the header, but
not enough power.
Couldn't direct it on target or with enough power. It's City have got the subs warming up. Charlie Dyer's coming across for a chat, so he's getting some instructions. Sent forward by Gene Soplis. White, it's a good touch from Gannon. Good control. Me sends it back to him. Oh, it's a good ball. Lingers away, got some space, runs. Oh, it's a super ball. Me's on the left. He's got his left peg. His favoured left. He crosses it in. Down, boost, throw. Oh, he's dropped it. It's over. Fisher taps it in. That's an absolute howl there from Booth. And that, you would have to say, Andrew, is game over. 4-1, Launceston City, 83 minutes played here at Buckby Landrover Park. Tyler Fisher gets the goal, and it is game, set, match.
We call that a
coach's. Will be
coach's.
through to the next round.
We call that a coach's goal. A coach will love that. The 1-2 touch between Gannon. I'm not sure who played it on. First time ball, Linger's ball to me, superb. Mees takes no touches, straight in the box. And if we look over my left shoulder, the sun's there, so that keep it just a little bit of sun. First time ball, and he's dropped the peach there, right in front of Tyler Fisher.
So the skipper, Daniel Syson's coming off, and
I think it's Gannon. Sice has come over for a chat.
no, Syson's coming off.
2-1-2. Oh, no. Well picked, Luke.
So Daniel Syson, the captain, is getting a spell. Charlie Dyer, another one of City's young brigade, is coming on for the final 10 minutes.
Yes. Flu, Luke.
Syce has the flu.
Syson had the flu earlier in the week.
A little bit of man flu.
Because I was surprised. And
Mees has got a chance here if he can. Oh, Letico's got back well in support. I think it's steaming. Oh, couldn't pick him out. Can Dyer win? No, Letico wins the ball. Oh, poor touch. Good cheeky flick from Linger. Doesn't come off. Millington again.
Great use of the body.
Oh, and the space from Gannon. He's well and truly. Oh, I thought he was on. And Mees directs the header in. It's a great finish from Mees, but nevertheless, Gannon was offside. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but nevertheless, Hobart are going to make their second sub with, that's a name, Malumbu Nyrienda. He's coming onto the pitch for maybe the goal scorer behind him. Unsure as he runs towards us.
Number on the shorts there, 10.
So it's Idiar coming off for United. So he's had a pretty reasonable game in the centre of the park. It is 4-1 here at Buckby Landrover Park. That goal was disallowed. So
it was. It's up on the score sheet. But
so for our viewers,
yes,
it is 4, not 5.
Oh, Campbell jumping in there.
Dyer,
it's had an interesting day
Dyer's
today,
going. Good strength from Dorazio. Possibly a foul, but the ref waved it away. And Hobart United have their final sub ready to come on, which is Robert Bologna. Oh, Gannon out on the left. That's a good ball. Fisher. Oh, he's free. And he picks up Linger. Oh, it's a great save. Booth has. He's well and truly made an amends for his blunder leading to the 4th goal. But that's a sensational save.
That's what we paid our entry fee for today. Football like that. It was beautiful. Gannon sat.
There's not a lot more Linger can do with that one. That was very well placed in the top corner. And perhaps on the narrow side of the net, Booth covered it well and it was a great save. Fisher will take the corner for City.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Dyer's done well there to cut it out. So both sides have a sub. Number 15 coming on for Hobart United is Sam Jones, and for Launceston City, Vinny Kamano will be coming onto the pitch. So that'll be all 3 subs used for both sides. Coming, I think it'll be Gannon coming off for City.
Yep. Where do you think he'll play Vinny out on the left here, do you think, Luke?
Yeah, so be looking to utilise the pace of Kamano.
Looks like Tyler is bringing Tyler Fisher. It's good to see Kamano on the pitch for the first time with the NPL team this year.
Oh, so that was the substitute. Nakimwa has come off for Hobart United, so that's interesting. He's obviously carrying an injury as well. And Fisher, having scored the 4th to put the game to bed, comes off for a spell. Probably protecting their stars a bit there in the final 10.
Yes. Gannon will makes sense. He'll run him out. He needs the run.
Yeah.
And he's looked very composed out here on the left.
Yeah, he's had a good game today, Scott Gannon. So if he can translate that to some consistent performances, he'll be a great signing for City going forward.
Hobart United supporters still enjoying this game, Luke?
They are. They've been sensational all day. They've definitely brought some atmosphere to the game. If you can recall the indirect free kick, our friend Bryce, he's messaged in and he didn't find a reason for the free kick, but he's decided that Jazzellinger should have been sent off. So, not sure how he could come up with that one, but anyway, each to their own. Oh, Gannon might be in. He's going to pinch it. Oh, no, he hasn't got there. Good composure from David in the end. He played it back to Booth, and Booth looking forward for the substitute Jones. Looks like a young fella. He's done well. Played it back into the middle for David, and then a nice one too, but Horatio is all over that, and he sends it out for a throw in. So we're in the final stages of this one, 88 minutes played. Throw in from Jones is cut out by Millington. He's been, I think, far and away the best player on the pitch. Kamano's an opportunity here. He's done well. He's shaken away Hawthorn. And it's into the waiting arms of Booth. Unfortunate there. Would have been a well capped off day for City had Vinny Kamano put that one in. Oh, it's a Super Bowl. They've got 2 in. Gene Soplis. Oh, he's done well. Oh, it's a good. No, it's a poor touch from Durazio in the end. Moabu's trying to win it back for United. It's found its way through almost to Carsif, but Millington again was there. Oh, David. Audacious shot, as you have to do at this stage when you fall 1 down.
All right, Luke, we've got a couple of minutes to go. Give us your wrap-up of this game before we leave our viewers.
Well, in no way, shape or form should Hobart United be disappointed with how they've played today. I think they come here to play. They've definitely done that, and they can go home on the bus with a couple of cold beers on the way home and thoroughly be proud of themselves and how they've acquitted themselves against quality NPL opposition. For City, obviously they've got the result they were after, so they're not gonna kick up a stink about that, but probably not going to be super stoked with how they've ran out the game. Obviously they got the goal late, but I think going forward there's definitely plenty to work on for City, and for Hobart United they're clearly going to be a threat in the Southern Championship. So a good contest overall from both sides, and probably in the end a fair result with how play is shaped as the game has worn on.
I agree with all of that, Luke. I think
Gannon's in for his hat-trick. Can he score? Oh, he's gone on the right foot. It's a pass in the end. Mees has kept it in. Oh, it's a cheeky turn. Oh, that's high and wide from Mees.
Yeah, I think, as you said before, I think Hobart United have come. They've come to play. They'd be a little disappointed. But from City's point of view, they won't be watching the replay back. The only thing they've got out today is that Gannon has had a great game in 3 different positions. Yeah.
David again on the Gallivant run. He's shown his attacking prowess in the second half. Perhaps a bit errant there, but perhaps something he that Hobart United can use David going forward. Jai David, a bit of a threat from centre half. You don't hear that too often.
Yeah. The other issue that City have got in this game is the one we mentioned at the beginning, which is yellow cards. Look, I'm not sure what count we're up to now. It's probably 4.
Yeah, I'm not
5.
sure. Obviously, being a cup game, I don't think the two marry up. So I think they'll be okay. But yeah, discipline's something City can work on going forward because, as you said, there have been 3 or 4 cards today. It's probably
but if you put
more
your coaches
than
out
you
of
like.
work, yeah, and forget the titles, but to some of those yellows are indisciplined, would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, here's a favourite. Take him on.
Oh, it's a good contest. Dew wins out. Durazio will work back it though. It's good pace from Durazio. Strength from Dew though, and that man Millington again plays it for Durazio, and he plays out to Linger on the left. Can City add a 5th to round this one out? Mees has put in a good supporting run. Only got Kamano in the middle. Gannon's come short. It's a throw in for City. Very nice of David to get the ball there for Gannon. And it'll be a corner. A hacked clearance from Canberra, sorry. Now man, Heapy. He's faded away as the second half's gone on and definitely hasn't had the impact he did in the first half. But another one of the Hobart United players that can hold his head high and be proud of his performance from the game today.
I like him. I like the big centre back there.
Millington!
Ooh.
Oh, it's over the bar.
They've had some good players. They've taken City on. They've pressured them in midfield. They've had opportunities to score. They've pressurised the keeper into mistakes. And good luck to them this year. I hope they go well.
So that one's cut out by Egan. He finds Linger. Controls it down with his chest. Plays the Mears. Oh, it doesn't quite work out. And there is the full-time whistle. Launceston City progress through to the semi-finals of the Lakoseljac Cup with a 4-1 victory over Hobart United at Buckby Landrover Park.
Make sure you beat Knights. Make sure you guys beat Knights.
The coach has embraced for a handshake. And it is full-time 4-1 to Launceston City. 2 goals for Scott Gannon in his second game for the club. 1 each for the strike force of Mees and Fisher. For Hobart United, Adele Rahane put them ahead in the early stages of the match, but they weren't able to hold on and City run out. 4-1 winners.
Right, if you got the first goal, went to Hobart United.
They did. They took the lead, so here it is. Jackson Carsif put in a good run down the left and found Shabir at the top, who played it through for Bahane, and he finished with aplomb expertly into the bottom right past Jan Soblis, who could do nothing about it.
It's a quality ball to set it up and a quality finish.
Shows the quality Hobart United have, so good for them going forward. Here was a most unlikely of goals. Fisher wins a ball that he shouldn't have, and Gannon finished coolly into the bottom right past Booth to bring it to 1-0.
Yeah, he's just thought, why did Keith put me out here? Oh, that's right, score goals.
He was in an absolute paddock, and he unmarked, and he finished with it expertly. So here's the second for City. It was from the corner. It was Booth come, he hold his hands up, and he. That was it. It was it. Mees does what Meeses do. They score headers. They score them regularly.
And they look relieved there, look, after the
they
second.
did. So
here comes the third.
So it was 3 in 10 minutes for City. Mees with an expert ball to the head of Gannon, the smallest man on the pitch. Most unlikeliest of headed scorers, but he did. He put it past Booth for 3, and that's the City went into the sheds at half-time, 3-1 up.
I think me said to him, don't move, Gannon, so he didn't move, and he hit him on the head.
And then there was another, it wasn't a terrible ball from Mees, but it was a bit of a howler from Booth, and comfortably knocked in for Fisher, and a little wave to the Hobart United supporters in the end.
Bit of gamemanship.
Bit of gamemanship, absolutely. He's been known to bring the opposition supporters into the game thus far. And
oh, Sav's not happy. Here he comes. Have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. But turn the volume down.
How the fuck are you going to win games when you've got 50 fucking possessions?
Turn the volume down. He won't be happy. I know this is Peter Saville. He signed 3 contracts at Leeds United, and he's telling them that you played very ordinary, boys. Okay, thanks, Luke.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's full time, and Launceston City have run out 4-1 winners, and yeah, off to the semi-finals of the Lakoseljac Cup. So thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Too much football is hardly enough.